Alright. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rahak Wadash. Alright, man, that's who this world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue, right? First and foremost, I had to go to give double honors to the elder apostles across the four corners of the earth who uphold 100% truth, right? We know where that 100% truth lies, under the umbrella of Great Millstone, GMS, under Elder Apostle Tahar and on down, right? Also had to give double honors to the elder of the Men of Israel camp, the Chazak, who I also teach under out here in Greenville, South Carolina, right? Also had to give a shout out to you, Akim, who also out here pushing 100% truth as well across the four corners of the earth, right? That's you brethren, by the way. Right now, let's give a shout out to the very few Akwath, the ones who truly believe and take heed in these end times, right? And truly follow the law, such as commandments to the best of y'all abilities. And you Akwath would be you sisters, right? To y'all, and say Shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, it's the Bak. All right. It's the Bak. Coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah once again, right? With another quick hit on break, man. And this one right here, man, I'm here to reveal to I'm here to reveal to y'all the truth, man. A lot of people doesn't know what sin truly is. A lot of people, are misled by understanding what sin truly is. Y'all are thrown off of what sin truly is. Y'all believe sin is something you do with your mind, or y'all believe sin is letting your left hand, man, y'all believe sin is all types of shit. Let me just put it like that. I'm here to just break down. Let me turn it off. I'm here to simply break down what sin is, period. Right? That's all I'm here to do. I'm here to let you know that y'all have been lied to. Your pastors have been telling you wrong. For the ones that still listening to these, the ones that still in these churches, your pastors have been telling you wrong. Your parents that's in the church has been telling you wrong for all this time. I'm here to tell you that's wrong. Everything that they done told you, talking about sin is in your mind, or sin is I don't know, man. Y'all come up with I done heard a lot of shit of what y'all done said sin was, and it's just not accurate. Right? So I'm just going to allow the scriptures to do the talking, man. I'm going to allow the scriptures to do the talking, and that's what we're going to do. Right? Hold on. We're going to let the scriptures do the talking. All right. Let me see if I can start that. Okay, no, we're just going to go straight to... We're going to go straight to verse 4. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to allow the scriptures to speak for themselves, to speak for itself, right? And breaking down what is sin, man. I'm just going to allow the scriptures to speak for itself. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3. 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Right? It says, whosoever committeth sin, that's the point. Here's the truth about what sin really is. Right? I've even heard a pastor say sin is done away with. You can't sin. I don't even heard... let me make this clear, by the way, too. The law was only given to the nation of Israel. We should know that by now. The law was only given to the nation of Israel. So therefore, the nation of Israel The nation of Israel is the only one who was under the law, because the law was only given to the nation of Israel. Who consists of the nation of Israel? The 12 tribes. You so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native Indians. Y'all consist of the 12 tribes of Israel. So the law is given to y'all, right? The law has not been done away with. The law is not done away with at all. Hold on, matter of fact, just to quickly prove that real quick, then I'm gonna jump back to 1 John. Even when Yahushua came, he said the same thing. And this is Yahushua speaking. This is Luke 24:44. And this is to further prove that the law is not done away with. Right? Because you'll understand my point in 2 seconds. Luke 24:44. Matter of fact, no. I'm gonna read that 1 John, then I'm gonna read this one. Salakia. 1 John 3 and 4. Whoever committeth sin, transgressive also the law. Now that's why I was about to bring out the law, but I need to bring out this precept first, so Salakim upon that. Right? 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgressive also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. Right? So that's what sin truly is. Sin is transgression of the law. Let's get that word transgression. Let's see what that word transgression means. We're going to go to the blue letter, and I'm also get the Google Salakim. And I'm also get the Google definition for transgression. We're going to get the blue letter first, though. Hold on. All right, let's get the blue letter. Okay. See, when I came to the blue letter, I like this. I need to come in the blue letter a lot more. Well, I'm in the blue letter a lot, but I need to start reading out of the blue letter. I was reading out of the KJVA. But hold on. When I came here to tap on the word of to get that transgression, I'm going to read it in the NLT, man. 1 John 3 and 4. This is in the NLT. Right? It says, everyone who sins is breaking God's law. Now, not everyone. Everyone upon the nation of Israel. Everyone upon the nation of Israel, right? So everyone who sins is breaking God's law. For all sin is contrary to the law of God. That's what the NLT says, right? So just to further prove, sin is transgression of the law. Sin is going contrary to whatever the law is. So if the law say don't do it and you do it, that's sin, right? Just to further prove that. Now let's get that word transgression in the blue letter. Okay, that word, the inner concordance of it goes into Anmina. Let me play it on here.
Strong's G 458. Anamia.
Right, that's the Strong's G of that word transgression. And right, and that word goes into, it says the conduction of without law, ignorant because of violating it, contempt and violation of law, wickedness. Right? Let me see. Let me get the root word. It says going into wicked, going into being departing from the law, a violator of the law, lawless, right? So that's what that word transgression goes into. It's going into departing of the law, right? That word transgression. So anyone who goes against, it says violate, once again, violating it, violation of the law. So transgression, that's what it means. You're in a violation from what you were told to do. You're doing something you were told not to do, right? When your parents tell you not to do something, our Heavenly Father wrote laws that we are not supposed to go against, right? Eating pork, right? Committing adultery, right? Going into any other philosophies, that's a sin. We ain't supposed to be doing that shit, right? We were commanded not to do that, not to go into the ways of the heathen, right? It's 613 commandments, right, within the first 5 books, right? And honestly, I've seen Elder Apostle Gabar has even said there's honestly more than 613, because anytime we are commanded to do something, that's a law, and we're commanded to do a lot more throughout the whole scripts, even in the Apocrypha, from the Old Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha, throughout the whole scripts, we're commanded to do more than just 613. But for sure is in the first 5 books is 613, right? So like I said, adultery, adultery, what is adultery? Sleeping with another man's wife. That's adultery, right? Or for you women sleeping, that's not adultery. Sleeping with another man's wife is adultery. That's transgression of the law. Eating pork, crab, lobster, and shrimp, that's transgression of the law. Celebrating your cursed day and these high holy days, that's transgression of the law. What else? It say not to lie, not to steal, not to kill, not to, of course that's the 10, right, commandments, right? Not to serve any other, like I was going into, not to serve any other gods, any other of these, like Buddha, Muhammad, all that bullshit. That's transgression of the law. You're committing a sin, right? So all of those little few examples that I've given is transgression of the law. Therefore, you have committed sin. So once again, let's reel it back in. What is sin? Transgression of the law. What is sin? A violation of the law. That's what sin is, man. That's what sin is, man. And now, that's why I wanted to get this real quick, because some people would say, "Oh, the law was done away with." No, the fuck it wasn't, right? The law is not done away with, so I don't want to hear that bullshit. The law is not done away with at all. It's the book of Luke, chapter 24, and this is verse. We're gonna go verse 44, right? And it says, we're gonna go. This is the book of. Hold on, let me go over here. I was still in the blue letter. Right? It's the book of Luke, chapter 24 and verse 44. And he said unto them, right? And this is red letter now. This is Yahweh speaking, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. These are the words which I spake unto you, while I was yet with you, that all these things must be fulfilled, right? Which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. Right? Big Khan. Salaki, I was about to see if I was going to keep reading on down or not, but no, that was mainly the point. Right? The same law that Yahweh Shah came in is the same law that Moses brought down. Right? Those 613 commandments, that is the same law that Yahweh Shah came with. Therefore proves that the law still stands. The law was not done away with, right? The law is not done away with, so I don't want to hear that. So once again, what is sin? Transgression of the law that is not done away with. So I do not want to hear that shit. All right? But yeah, man, that was just a quick hit on break. Once again, going into further proof that the law is not done away with, and that sin is transgression of the law. So what is sin? Transgression of the law. Sin is not all that other bullshit that you was taught. That is not sin. All that other bullshit you was taught is not sin. Sin is transgression of the law, a violation of the law. That's what sin is, man. All right? So with that, I'll be right to was edifying. Shalom.